But instead of going to sleep, here, Josh came. But instead of going to sleep, I was like, I'm just gonna get on the exercise ball and sit on that because it just feels nice to sit on the exercise ball, and it was helping to have that movement and stuff. Anyway, so
oh, that was a cute cough.
I can't cough. and then they started getting like closer and closer together, probably every like at the point where I told Josh that we probably should go to the hospital. They were probably about 3.5 to 4 minutes apart, but they weren't that. I was like, it's deceptive being on the ball because I can't tell how intense that they really are, the contractions. And so I'm like, I think we should probably just go. And then the contractions started coming like every 2 minutes, a minute and a half.
Yeah, seemed very quick.
Yeah, and so
you barely made it. We waited for a contraction while you were on the ball, and then we headed, after that contraction finished, we headed straight out to the car, and you walked fast. And as soon as you got into the car, you had another contraction.
Yeah, and then had like several more on the way to the hospital.
And you were shushing through them. You did.
Oh. This is a long story. It's going to take up all the space on my phone. And so anyway, we get to the hospital. We have to go. It's at this point like a little after 2:00 in the morning. And I have just like adrenaline kind of rushing through my body because I'm excited, but then like knowing that something's happening, like this is real, but then also nervous because my water hadn't broke, and I was like, oh my gosh, like this is awful, and my water's not even broke yet. Like, what am I gonna do? And I'm not gonna be able to take this. So on the way to the hospital, I was envisioning sitting on the hospital bed with an epidural, just laughing and smiling and
doing your makeup.
Doing my makeup.
Posted on Instagram.
Obviously, I don't have makeup on. And so we get to the ER, and they were very slow. So they put me in a wheelchair, and I was having contractions then and shushing through them. And I was I don't know, we were down there probably at least 5 to 7 minutes or more, or 10. I don't know, waiting for a nurse to come. And they were going to send me to triage, which would have been awful. And then they decided that I could just go to a room. So they put me in a room, which was also terrible. Because they were like, okay.
Nice room, though.
Yeah, nice big room. But there was nothing in it for someone who was in pain. Nothing. They were like, we got to hook you up to the monitors. We got to put an IV in you. We got to do this and that. And I'm like, just give me the freaking epidural.
And you probably didn't even have to get an IV.
Right. Yeah. Well, it's good to have fluids.
Yeah.
And
oh yeah, you would have. Because they wanted to give you the pit anyway.
Yeah. So anyway, I kept asking for an exercise ball so I could like have more comfortable contractions, and they would not get me the exercise ball. They were like making me lay down in bed, and it was just really not comfortable at all. And I was just thinking about that epidural, how good it was gonna be. And the nurse kept saying, it's coming soon. It's coming soon.
He's on his way.
He's on his way. He's on his way. I'm like, how long does he take? My God. And So I'm still having these contractions, and then finally, okay, so it's probably like at that point it was like 2:40, and Mr. Anesthesiologist was taking his sweet old time, and I was just in pain, and then just got the birthing ball, but it wasn't even a ball that you could move around about with. It was a chair with a ball inside of it, and you couldn't move in it, and it was awful. And then I started having really intense contractions, like really, really intense. And I was just trying to push on my back, and Josh was pushing. He was pushing a little too hard, and then I was pushing hard. Anyway, I had probably, I don't know, a good 5 or 6 of those, or maybe more.
Probably more.
10, 15 of those. And it was just really bad. So that was probably at like 2:40 a.m. And then at 2:50 maybe, I jump up on the back of the bed like this and hug the back of the bed, turned around. And then what happened?
Then little Joshua's head popped out.
Hey, you're not supposed that fast?
Yeah, it was. I mean, it was there. Oh, the water broke first. The water broke first.
I felt the bag of water pop.
As you were moving from the ball to the bed, the water broke.
Did you see it come out?
Yes.
What
And then
was
as
it
soon
just
as you
bloody?
grabbed onto the bed, the head was out.
The whole head was out,
Whole head.
and I couldn't see anything, obviously. And then I didn't have another contraction, and they were like, push, push. And I was like, okay, well, you got to just wait, because my body is not wanting to push right now. And then finally, I needed to push again. I pushed a little, and then
the shoulders came out.
And then at that point, you knew.
That it was a boy.
Why?
Because girls don't get caught on their shoulders. They slip out after the head.
Really?
Yeah.
You noticed that? Like, you made that observation?
Yeah. Yeah, because my mom always talks about how she had to push for my shoulders.
Oh.
So,
Huh.
yeah.
That's cool. And, so then I couldn't see anything, and I was in the same predicament that I was with Nora, but it was the most comfortable place to be, I guess.
And we brought little Joshua around.
And then Josh said, "It's a boy." And I was like, "Oh my gosh." And I like started crying and was just overtired too at this. I'm like overtired right now. And so there the baby boy was, baby Joshua. There he is right there. And then I was able to turn around. Josh cut the cord after it like stopped. After it stopped pulsating or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And he cut the cord. And then I got to see the baby. And it was really intense and very special, though. Good story to document. Oh my gosh, I'm getting like 100 texts. Woohoo, I'm so popular. And that happened now. Now he's over 12 hours old. Oh, almost 1 day old, and then all of a sudden they're like 10. So okay, so he was born on April 19th, 2022, and that is my good friend Amanda Coleman's birthday. And we've always had babies together, but we didn't have these babies together. So sweet old Joshua wanted to make her feel loved on her birthday. So he came on her birthday, and he weighed 8 pounds, 10 ounces, and 20 1/4 inch long. And what's the other thing?
2:53 a.m.
Oh, he made him jump. He was born at 2:53 a.m. and he's so cute and sweet, and we love him.
And Mommy still has not changed one diaper yet. Daddy has changed them all.
Nope, I'm not going to either. I can barely move. Look at this belly on my legs. I'm serious. I did a lot of work. You can do some work for a while. I'm done. Okay, well, that's the story.